friends, it's Karynjean, and welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to do here is I'm trying to get through this scrap bucket of mine, and I have these paper scraps. Well, hold on a second. This is cardstock. Let me get rid of that. But what I want to do is, and these are just the, you know, when I trim down paper for a journal, which my journals normally are 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11 folded in half. That's normally my journals. But I'm just pulling out some cardstock here, some cardstock scraps. I have, what is that, purple and blue. I don't think I have any other plain paper scraps. I'm just pulling these out because I'm just going to make little, whatchamacallums, little matchbook things, little matchbook type. And for those of you who don't know what a matchbook is, you're not old like us. I think they still have matchbooks. I have no idea. Purple. I have purple there. So that pink's not going to do me any good. And what else do I have? All right, I guess just the purple. Let's just deal with this. This is just another way to get rid of these scraps. Now, I'm going to put the glue away because this is not a project that we're using glue for. This is a project that we're going to use either staples for, or, yeah, we're going to use staples. Let me get my little Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Tim Holtz stapler. Okay, so this is way more cardstock than what I need for these little bits here. This is very narrow. Okay, let's put that one aside. So I have these. Okay, let's do this one first. I have these cream colored ones here. Not very many. 1, 2. Okay, 3, 4. So what we can do is we can fold them in half. That might be a little bit big. How about if I fold it in 2/3? Let's measure this. I'm going to take away my Teflon mat, hopefully without causing too much of a ruckus, so that I can see my grids. So these are 2 inches wide by, I'm going to take it down to the corner. I don't feel like counting, by 7. So that would be 2, 4, 6. We can cut it down to 2 inches. All right, this is what we're going to do. Well, we could try doing it this way. There. So it's a little bit more than 2 inches. Now I need to cut this side right here. I need to cut this side right here. Okay. Let's hope my scissors can get through all of this. There. That's fine. And now we need, how wide is this? This might be a little bit too wide, but that's okay. We're going to use it. So this is 2 inches wide. I'm going to cut this down to 2 inches wide. No, I don't need that. Heavens to Betsy. Ow. 2 inches. I'm going to go just a hair over 2 inches. No, I'm not. I'm going to do 2 inches. That's Alexa telling me something. 2 inches. Okay. Right? And now there's a couple ways we can do this. What I'm thinking of doing is actually attaching these, because I need to staple. So I'm going to fold this over here Now, yes, this needs to be cut. I'm just going to cut it here. And I'm going to notch it. I think that actually, because it's just going to get tucked in, this one needs to be cut down to there. I realize I'm not explaining this as I go. It's a matchbook, right? So the top slips into the bottom because the bottom has a little overlap, right? So overlap, and the top is going to slip into the bottom, like so. And then this is going to slip into that, like so. We have to make sure that there's enough clearance there for, and this might need to be trimmed down a little bit more. There might be too many papers here. And this fold might be a hindrance as opposed to a help. But I am going to, before I staple these in, I'm going to take my corner chomper, because, you know, I like rounded corners. This is kind of high. I usually don't do one that deep, but I'm going to do it this time, and we'll see what happens. Get the papers in there, and staple it once. Might be too much for this poor stapler to do. Two. Oh, no, it came through. And then this is going to go here, like so. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. Let me fold it here. And we're going to cut this down just a hair, like so. We're also going to round these corners like so. Boom. And that's a little matchbook with paper hanging out. So I should have cut it a little bit wider. And that's a little matchbook. Just a little pad of paper, like so. There. Matchbook. There's one and done. Now, this one is, I think this is 1 inch wide, right? 1.5 inches. Dog's going crazy again. Just one moment. Bella does not understand the words lay down. She doesn't. All right, so this is 11. So if we chop it in half, this one might be too big. All right, we're going to chop it in half. We're going to make 2 out of this one. I'm going to just do that. And then, I don't know how many pieces of paper did we say this was? This was 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And now this one, it's going to be too much. It's 5.5, which makes it a little over 2. It's going to be too much. I'm going to fold it here. And I'm going to cut it. All right, this is what I'm going to do with this one. I'm not going to cut it yet. This is what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to take a piece of this. I'm going to trim this down. It's 1.5 inches, 2 inches, no, 1 3/4 inches. I just need a little bit on either side, like so. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is, round corners, fold it up. Oh, about, I don't know, 1/2 inch or so. Maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to staple the one side in this way. And then this, see this, I'm thinking this is too big. I'm going to cut it, I don't know, I'm just going to cut some off here. and fold these in like that. Okay. And then I'm going to fold this over like so. Fold it back a little bit because there, it needs to go under that like so. It's a little bit longer than I normally do, but, and there's another matchbook. Boom. So I have this matchbook, which is more the size of like a matchbook. I need to trim these pages. That one's going to drive me crazy. All right, I have to fix that some other time. That one. So now I have another piece here that I could do the same thing to, right? Because it'll fit in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to notch, because we know how much I love my notched corners. Fold that up, burnish it down. Stick these in here. We'll have to trim that off as we go. There. Now, I'm going to trim this down just a touch. Fold this in. Fold it in half. It's just butting up right against those staples, right? And we're folding that down in there too. Right up against those staples. For some reason, this is looking a little crooked to me. Might need to trim this off just a hair here. Seems to be overlapping a little bit. Let's get that in there. And again, now in this case, rounded corners help get it in and out smoother, right? Yeah. See? We could also round the corners of the paper, but we're not going to get that crazy. But we could. And again, another one. Now, let's go to our purple, which we have a whole mess of, right? We do. We have a whole mess of purple. This is 1.5 inches by 9. So what we're going to do is let's see what we got. No, we're not going to use, I like, see how that is there. I like how that is there. Yep, we'll use that for this. Okay. There's a lot of paper here, so I'm just going to, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this over, right? Do the corners. Okay. And I'm going to put this in there like so. As like I said, there's a lot of paper. Might be too much paper. How much? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're going to do 4 and 4. This is going to make a lot because now also if you use really heavy cardstock, you could just do something like this, and instead of making a matchbook, just have it like a little pad like this. But this is what I'm doing. And like so. And we will make it like so. I'm making a bit of a mess here. I'm going to cut that down right there. That we'll use in another one. Okay, fold this in, or not, might not be enough to catch. Oof. I feel like my paper's a bit crooked there, but that's okay. Fold it over. Fold it back. This way I don't have to measure anything. That was folded just right up to the staple, so I'm able to just trim off that bit there, round my corners. See? And that's another one. You can turn these into paper clips, right? I have a whole box that I made out of library cards, as like little giveaways and stuff, because of the channel, the brand, right? Ex Libris Crafts. So let's see what we have here. I think this might do us. Let's notch some corners. Fold it up. That's in there. Try to get the staple, we make sure that the paper is all the way to that fold. And staple not too far in from the fold. Okay. Put that down. Fold it up. Cut it off. You also want to make sure that your fold here, you have enough that this can grab, right? So like that. You want to make sure that it's enough to grab, but not too much that it becomes a hindrance. Like so. Oops. Get it in there. Like so. Here's another one. And we have, all right, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fold this in half, cut it, which is pretty much what I think I did with that one. And how about if we use this paper? Again, this is 2 inches. So we need to trim this. Oh, magnets. We need to trim this a little bit over 2 inches. We're going to make it 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And it's as easy as this. So, if you have paper scraps, and I'm using the hand-dyed paper that I had to cut down for some journals, but you don't have to use hand-dyed paper. You can use like any of the scraps that I have in that bucket. You can use, right? Here, I will show you one that I made a while ago. Out of paper scrap. Where is it? Excuse my head. I know it's in here somewhere. At least I'm pretty sure it's in here somewhere. I just saw it. Oh, here it is, hiding away. This is made out of pure paper. Even the outside here is paper, and I made it into a paper clip. See, it's different papers, different scrap paper. So, like, there's a piece of yellow. This is just the same paper as that, just trying to get rid of the scraps. And basically what I did is I just folded them all over, like so, and did that. And then I just made... I just glued a paper clip down, took a piece of another scrap paper and glued a paper clip on it to make it a paper clip that you can stick in a journal. There it is. There we go. Put these in here. And I'm going to keep on doing this until I'm done with all these scraps. So this is Karynjean from Ex Libris Crafts. I hope that this gives you some kind of inspiration, things you can do with your paper scraps. I'm going to, one more time, I'm not tucking that into the edge there. I'm folding this over right to there, and then I'm folding it back to just where the staples are. And then the easiest thing to do is just to slice down the edge of that fold. No measuring required. Well, I measure in order to make sure that the paper is wide enough. See, now, like that, to me, that's a standard size matchbook, right? A little bit over 2 inches. And there you have your little paper pad. So, again, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.